Welcome to another episode of Wee Gaming. Hey guys, welcome to another weekly game news update. As I said before, I was going to make a video on each of the press conferences. The last one I did was the Microsoft press conference, and now I will do the EA press conference. So, to start off the conference, they had a video. It wasn't a gameplay or a CG trailer, but it was a video for Star Wars Battlefront 3. It was more of a video for an inside look at the effort, I guess, being put by the developers at DICE. With them, it showed a video of them going to Lucas Cultural Arts Museum to look at all the props used in the original movies, and then showed them going to the original movie locations, and just to show pretty much how much their effort they're putting into the game for the fans. And it showed a little bit of game footage, not too much though. After that, it was another Dragon Age trailer. So in the Microsoft conference, there was a Dragon Age trailer, but it was just a short one, and they didn't talk about it. In this, at the EA conference, after the trailer, it was a different trailer. The trailer was really nice. I liked it. And after that, they talked a little bit about it, talking about how it's an open world game. You're the Inquisitor. You're gathering companions to fight evil, and your group, of course, is called the Inquisition. That's why it's called Dragon Age Inquisition. And then after that, it showed two different ways of combat. The first combat is pretty much the normal switch from character to character in your party in the third person view, and that's how you fight. But the other way is more strategic and tactical view. It had them using this tactical camera that removes time and pauses the battle, which allows you to issue commands from there. Like, you're in a bird's eye view, and you can issue commands to your companions on what to do, what to fight, and stuff. So it gives a little different perspective, a different way to play the game if you want. And the game comes out October 7th, 2014. So I am really excited for that. I've been waiting for a new BioWare game. I honestly love Dragon Age 1, and Dragon Age 2 it wasn't as good, but it was still fun. I still like the story, and I'm definitely excited for this. The next thing is, once again, it's still BioWare, and it was kind of like a video like how they showed for the Star Wars Battlefront 3, where it was just, it wasn't really game footage, but this one had some game footage, but it was pretty much for Mass Effect 4, a little teaser, where BioWare talk about, what they're doing now, what the fans wanted, so they're making these new worlds, and how vast the place they're making, and how much they could do with the power of the new consoles. So I'm looking forward to Mass Effect 4 and Dragon Age Inquisition. I love the way BioWare makes their stories. They make amazing stories, and can't wait for those. The next thing at the EA conference was Sims 4, and the big thing about this one was smarter Sims, pretty much. So new things you can do is design your own Sims personality from how they are and how they respond to other Sims. And the game features lively, vibrant neighborhoods where every Sim has their own story, and they are connecting and colliding and influencing each other's emotions. So they had a little thing where this one guy is like, one of the Sims is talking to his neighbor, and then he reads her a poem, but I guess he doesn't have that much leveled into the poem, and the lady hates it and starts beating him up, which lowers his emotions. He gets all mad and stuff. So he's at the gym the next day, like working out and stuff. And then to make it so he's better, they make a party. They make it so he has a party, and then everyone's having fun. And then the neighbor comes and like, oh no, everyone's mood is going down. But then they show that another thing you can do is that you could share your Sims, and you can bring someone else's Sim into your game at any time. So they brought in another Sim, and it livened up the party more. and this comes out September 2nd this year. The next thing was a new UFC game, and I'm not really a sports fan. I don't really watch UFC that much, but the big thing about this is that there's Bruce Lee is in it. So that's pretty amazing. That's pretty crazy. So for everyone who likes UFC and likes Bruce Lee, the game comes out June 17th, 2014. The next game that they had was another sports game. It was NHL 15. They pretty much talk about the new physics on all the players, on all 12 players, and the puck, giving you a new level of, it's like a lot harder, I guess. The players are a lot more unpredictable, and they also showed like the very detailed arenas, and it looks pretty nice. I'm not really a hockey fan, but it looks nice. After that, they showed some early alpha look on a new game that's going to be coming out from Cryton Games, and they're the creators of the people who made Burnout. You know, the one that just pretty much explosion, crashing everywhere and stuff. And this one is like a first-person vehicle game. I don't know if it's racing, but it probably is. But it has so many different type of vehicles. Like, I mean, a lot. And it goes from motorcycles and ATVs to helicopters and planes, jet skis and boats, to things like wingsuits and parachutes. And like one of the parts, like the guy was in a helicopter and he jumped off onto a motorcycle, and the helicopter just crashed down. He was just driving away on the motorcycle. I was like, what the heck? So it sounds cool, but of course it's still it's far from being ready. Next thing is PGA Tour golf game. I'm not really a golf fan either, but the big thing about this, it's fully rendered environments, like places all around the world you could play golf, and like there's no loading screens between holes, and like one of the crazy things is like you can have in like these fantasy like places where like your fantasy kind of area, and like this one guy was hit the golf ball and it went like over like this burning battleship crashing into land, like went over it, and I was like, what the heck? That's cool, I guess. It's pretty interesting. And I think it was a Battlefield 4 map too. But yeah. And that game comes out spring 2015. So after that is another sports game, is Madden NFL 15, which a lot of fans have been asking for. You know, the defense, a lot of people the defense is lacking, and for that they made new camera angles for defense and a lot more control. So while you're playing defense, you can choose which direction you want to push someone, so they go this other way or this way, and like all different type of tackles, making the game a lot more realistic and giving you a lot more control. And there's they also made hundreds of new player emotions and new dramatic camera angles, so it makes you like immerse more into the game. And that releases August 26th. After that, they talked about a new MOBA called Dawngate, and I've already actually played the beta, and it's okay. It looks nice. It has a lot of different things to change the MOBA scene, and I don't know. I'm more of a League of Legends player, so I didn't get too much into it, but it still looks really good and could definitely be something to compete on the MOBA scene. After that, they talked about Mirror's Edge 2, and the game looks really nice, and I liked Mirror's Edge 1. It was really fun, and I think it'll be a really good game. But I don't think it didn't give any release date yet, but it looks really nice, and I can't wait for it. After that, it was back to sports, FIFA 15 soccer game, which was the big thing, and I thought was actually pretty interesting. I don't really care for sports, was emotional intelligence. So now the players will show emotions and remember things. So like if I were to foul one of the players, the next time he would see me and like show kind of like he disgust towards me, like he doesn't like me, like he remembered that I did that to him last time. And that's pretty interesting, like pretty crazy. And player control and responsive is much better with they have a new ball physics system, and just overall great, like better visuals, and the atmosphere of like the area will make you feel more immersed in the game, like you are, really there. And many other things, like when you like skid on the ground, it'll show the grass, like the area, is different. It's not the same level, and your shoes will get dirty, and flagpoles, if you hit it, it'll swing back and forth, or hitting the goal, it'll, yeah. So that's actually pretty interesting stuff, like a lot of new things for that game. The last thing that they had for the EA conference was a trailer and gameplay of Battlefield Hardline. And I do like Battlefield, and normally when you think of Battlefield, you think of like a war zone. It's like a war. But the difference for this one is it's like a cops and robbers now. And honestly, I like cops and robbers, but at first I thought, like, the heck, Battlefield, cops and robbers? I don't know. But sorry, but it looks really good and really fun. Like, when I was watching the gameplay of it, it looked like I got hyped for it. I was like, ooh, cops and robbers, huh? That sounds fun. I want to be the robber and try and get away from the cops. And then, like, they also had after they had like pro players playing it on top like a rooftop or something, but I didn't get to watch that. But yeah, so that's the end of the EA conference, and there was a lot of big titles, a lot of big things. It was not as much, I guess, like a couple trailers, like Star Wars Battlefront 3 and Mass Effect weren't really trailers, but they did have like Dragon Age, Sims, and then of course the EA's big thing is sports, UFC, NHL 15, PGA Tour, Madden NFL 15, and FIFA 15, and then some things like Mirror Edge 2 and Dawngate. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't as much stuff, like, I guess because the Microsoft conference had so much games, but it still was a good conference, and they had a lot of good things, I think, coming out for a lot of people. So, this is a discussion and review from my point of view, but I also want to know your point of view. So if you want to comment below what you thought of the conference, what you wanted but didn't have maybe in the conference, or if you have questions for me about what I thought about a certain thing in the conference, then yeah, just comment below. And hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give the video a like, and subscribe for more content. I'll also be making another video on the Ubisoft conference and the Sony conference, and also the Nintendo conference. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, guys. Wee gaming out.